The city of Greeley goes above and beyond to ensure that the drinking water we deliver is safe, high quality, and great tasting. With 2 drinking water treatment plants, a team of highly certified water treatment operators, and water sourced from 4 different river basins in the Rocky Mountains, Greeley provides a reliable and resilient water supply to its customers. Greeley's Boyd Lake Water Treatment Plant provides seasonal drinking water, supporting the Bellevue Treatment Plant in times of high water demand, like the summer irrigation season. Initially constructed in 1974, the plant has undergone upgrades that increased capacity and enhanced the treatment process with the latest advances in water treatment technology. The Boyd Lake Water Treatment Plant sources its water primarily from Rocky Mountain snowmelt flowing through the Big Thompson River. This water is captured from the river near the foothills and is then transported into a system of lakes, Lake Loveland and Boyd Lake, where it's stored until needed for drinking water treatment. Water can be pulled from either of these lakes, increasing resiliency to help produce the best quality water. Once the source water enters Boyd Lake, pre-treatment has already begun in the form of oxygenation, where oxygen is pumped through a system of pipes in Boyd Lake. This process reduces algal growth and improves water quality. The oxygenated water makes its way to a submerged intake, where it is pumped into a pond. Here, additional measures are taken to prevent algal blooms before the water enters the treatment plant. The first stage of the treatment process, known as coagulation, occurs as the plant draws in the untreated water. A coagulant is added to bind particles of dirt and organic matter together for easier removal. Water treatment operators also add activated carbon to remove compounds that affect the taste and odor of our drinking water in a similar process to how carbon-based refrigerator filters and home filtration systems work. The coagulant and carbon are important for the removal of contaminants and will also be removed later in the treatment process. The next stage of the treatment process is called flocculation. In this stage, rapidly rotating paddles mix the water, causing the smaller clumps to collide and stick together, forming larger clumps called floc. After these large clumps have formed, the water moves on to the third stage of treatment, a physical process known as sedimentation. Here, the heavy particle clumps settle out, sinking to the bottom of the basin, while the clear, clean water stays on top. Water slowly moves across the sedimentation basin, gradually becoming cleaner as time goes on. Before the water is able to move on to the next stage, it must pass through a series of plate settlers that catch any remaining debris, which then falls to the bottom of the basin. Once past the plate settlers, the clear water makes its way into collection troughs, where tubes direct the flow into exit channels. Now that the sedimentation process is complete, the fourth stage of treatment, filtration, can begin. The Boyd plant has 12 filters, each capable of filtering 4 million gallons of water per day. Within the filters are 2 different filtration materials. The first is anthracite, which is a form of crushed coal that is ideal for physically removing contaminants, and the second material is fine sand that helps remove very small particles. These filters are continuously monitored and cleaned regularly, ensuring peak performance at all times. Once the water has been filtered, it travels to the final stage of treatment, disinfection. This stage takes place in an underground basin known as a clear well, where chlorine is added. Chlorine levels are carefully maintained around 1 milligram per liter. For the sake of visualization, 1 milligram per liter is roughly equal to a single grain of sugar among 273 sugar cubes. This ensures that the water remains safe and free of pathogens until it reaches your tap, while keeping chlorine levels low enough to avoid any noticeable taste or odor. The water undergoes several more quality checks before it leaves the plant on its way to Greeley to ensure it meets all safety and quality standards. Greeley Water and Sewer staff work around the clock to ensure the Boyd Lake Water Treatment Plant functions safely and efficiently. Even though the plant is seasonal, it remains ready year-round to support the Bellevue plant if needed. Greeley's certified water treatment operators are diligent in staying on top of the latest technology to ensure Greeley's residents continue to receive safe, reliable, and great tasting water.